The diner was quiet. The last customers had left, the lights dimmed, and the hum of the refrigerator in the back was the only sound filling the silence. James Carter, dressed in a faded hoodie and jeans, slipped into the corner booth. To the world, he looked like any other tired customer grabbing a late coffee. But James wasn't just anybody. He was the founder of one of the country's largest restaurant chains, the very chain this small-town diner belonged to. And he was here undercover, determined to see the business through the eyes of his employees. That's when he saw her. A young waitress, maybe in her early 20s, was curled up in another booth, her apron still tied around her waist. Her long shift was over, yet instead of going home, she had pulled her jacket over herself and drifted into a restless sleep. James frowned. Why would an employee be sleeping here? Didn't she have anywhere else to go? He approached quietly, careful not to startle her. But as he got closer, he noticed the dark circles under her eyes, the cheap shoes worn down at the heel, and the small backpack clutched tightly against her chest, like it was all she owned. "Excuse me," James said softly. The girl stirred, startled, then sat up quickly. "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to, I'll get out of your way." She tried to gather her things in a rush. "No, no," James said gently. "It's okay. I was wondering why you're still here. It's late." She hesitated. Her eyes flicked down to the table. I don't have anywhere else to go right now. The shelters are full, and I can't afford rent yet. It's just, a booth here feels safer than the streets." James felt a pang in his chest. She wasn't just a tired worker, she was homeless. "What's your name?" he asked. "Maya," she said quietly. They sat for a moment in silence, the weight of her honesty hanging in the air. James could see the shame in her eyes, but also the pride. She wasn't asking for pity. She was working, trying, surviving. "Why this job?" he asked. Her lips curved in the faintest smile. "Because it's a start. I want to save enough to study nursing. I want to help people the way no one helped my mom when she was sick. But, it's harder than I thought." James studied her face. Determination. Resilience. Hope, even when life had given her so little. In that moment, James realized something. His company wasn't just about food or service, it was about people like Maya. And maybe, just maybe, he had the power to change her story. The next morning, when the diner reopened, Maya arrived to find the hoodie guy sitting at the counter, sipping coffee. She gave him a tired smile and got back to work. But then, the manager walked in, holding an envelope. "Maya," he said with wide eyes, "the CEO himself is visiting today. He wants to see you." Her heart sank. The CEO? She thought of the booth, of being caught sleeping there. Was she about to be fired? She walked nervously to the office. And when the door opened, her jaw dropped. Sitting there wasn't a stranger in a suit, but the same man she had spoken to last night. "Mr. Carter," she whispered. James smiled. "Please, call me James." Her face went pale. You're the CEO? And I?" She trailed off, embarrassed. "Yes," he said gently. "And I know what you've been going through. But instead of letting it break you, you've been working harder than anyone. That tells me something about your character." Tears welled in her eyes. "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break any rules." "You didn't," James interrupted. "But I can't let one of my employees live like this, not when I can help." He slid the envelope across the desk. Inside was a check. Enough for rent, food, and a new start. "This is just the beginning," James continued. "I'm setting up a scholarship fund for you to study nursing. And from today, you'll be promoted here, with better pay and hours. Maya's hands shook as she held the check. Why would you do this for me? James leaned back. Because no one should have to fight this hard alone. And because one day, when you're saving lives as a nurse, you'll pay it forward. That's how real change happens. Maya couldn't hold back the tears. She covered her face with her hands, sobbing, not from shame this time, but from the overwhelming relief of finally being seen, being given a chance. As word spread through the diner, the staff was stunned. Customers who had come in for pancakes and coffee left with something else, a story of compassion they'd never forget. And James Carter, the Millionaire CEO, left that little town diner with something money couldn't buy, the reminder that sometimes the greatest investments aren't in businesses, but in people.